Hi there, guys, and welcome to the Stories of Remnant, episode 21. This is a podcast where we love to explain our love-hate relationship with pushing a red button. I mean, RWBY Chibi.
The RWBY button. Because
No.
Ruby is color red, so...
Anyways, I am, of course, your host, Efocutioner, sorry.
Efocutioner.
Sorry,
Whoops.
It's St. Patrick's Day, so I'm still a little... Anyways, I have my other guest with me, the nobody with the heart, Raxton Cosplay.
Bigger heart than Efocutioner will ever have. So, remember that, folks. Remember that. And today...
If you want to say that.
Oh, they will remember that. And today we are talking about RWBY Chibi Season 3, Episode 7, The Mysterious Red Button.
Ooh.
And surprising because I thought it was going to be Green Button because as of today it is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, don't I know it.
Yes. And I was just like, wait a minute. I thought it was going to be a green button. But apparently not, so.
Maybe that's what happens when you push the red button. It turns green.
The button turns green.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's start things off. Yeah. We're recapping today's episode. Before we actually get to the button part, apparently the first half has nothing to do with it. So...
Oh, are you kidding me? It's the most important part of the episode. We got another important PSA from RWBY Chibi. So the first one or at least the first one that I know and I saw, was where I couldn't make a lot of puns, or Yang couldn't make a lot of puns. Now this time, it's something a lot more important, and I feel like everyone should be doing.
No.
It's called books.
No, don't listen to Efocutioner, people. Don't listen to him.
Are you kidding me? Like, look, man, everyone read a book.
You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me.
Kick off the book, man. Kick it off.
And in the first part of today's episode, they are talking about, Ren is like, how do I make cookies? Well, Professor Oobleck literally comes out of nowhere, and here, this is how you do it. A book about making cookies. Oh.
See? You read a book. Read or die, right? Read or die.
Yes. That one reference to that one anime. Or manga.
Which is actually a pretty good anime.
Yes.
Read or die.
Never actually read the manga. But anyway, next scene. Blake is like, what am I to do? I'm so bored. And then Oobleck, again, interrupts. And, says, here's a book. Then Blake's like, wait a minute. I've already read this. And then moves on to Efocutioner's bonerific scene.
Well, it's not really bonerific scene.
Let's just say
scene.
His eyes lit up pretty wide. I'm talking like wider than an anime Lolita girl's eyes. I can tell you that much, man.
Well, I find that super hard to believe that my eyes went that huge.
Nah, he's lying, dude. Everybody, he is lying. Very lying. Well, anyway, and then they're like, yeah, pun book. Oh. And then everybody's reading, except everybody's now back in the couch. Ren, Yang, and Blake. They're reading a book, except for Blake. And she's just annoyed, because Oobleck's like, hey, read a book. And then the Good to Know logo shows up above their heads. I'm like, wow.
Well, yeah, man. It's good to know, right? The more you know.
The physical logo shows up above you out of nowhere. I'll be like, where did these letters come from? What?
Clearly, you have not seen a lot of PSAs. That was actually very important. Good job, Rooster Teeth. I have to admit, whoever is doing RWBY Chibi really deserves an award this season. I think they found that themselves. And it's only been 7 episodes. The more you know, the more you know.
Sure. Yes, and the more you know, and then Blake is confused because she also is looking up and seeing, good to know, what in the world?
Well, yeah, it's good to know that she can read the words, what if she couldn't read it?
I'm not talking about that, but then moving on, Ruby Rose comes out of nowhere, like, hey, I found this book, and it's, let's just say it comes to life and has evil souls coming out of it. Greed
You mean a
souls.
Necronomicon? The Necronomicon.
Necronomicon.
She literally held the Necronomicon.
Oh, by the way,
she
Green Souls
the
came
same
out.
book from Evil Dead.
And Green Souls come out. So I guess there's the green for St. Patrick's Day. I guess. And then literally just runs away. I was like, okay, weird. But then we get on to the meat of the episode of the mysterious red button. And bum bum bum. And then Efocutioner, take it away, mysterious green button.
Alright, so what happened is Blake was like, ooh, I'm walking in this woods. She sees a button. Guess what she does, right? She's like, I have no idea what this button does, but I'm gonna push it. And she pushed it, and instead of it exploding, she got this magical fish, man, from out of the sky. Which, by the way, she doesn't question the magical fish, but she'll question some magical letters floating in the sky. I'm just saying, man, you know.
Well, see, here's
clearly
the thing.
Blake's priorities
it's food, man.
Blake's priorities are a little bit backwards, but I'll leave it at that, man.
Oh, by the way, people, this button is literally attached to the wood of a tree. They're walking in the woods, and they see this mechanical button, clearly man-made, and it's just attached, and they're like, let's just press it. I'm like, alright, fine.
Well, I mean, it's like Schrodinger's button, man. If you don't push the button, what happens? Nothing.
Well, I would push it only halfway, therefore I can say I pushed the button, and I didn't fully push the button. So it's in the middle.
Even if you half-ass, you still push the button.
Not fully. So therefore,
well,
it's
besides
in the middle.
that, Ruby Rose, who has a lot more courage than I thought she would, decided to push this magical button too. But when she pressed it, she didn't get a fish or, magical words in the sky. She got to turn off the lights. Like, that was very impressive. She made the sun go into the moon, then the moon back into the sun back into the moon.
Every time she pressed the button.
She literally had the power to control the Earth's magnetic pole and switch back and forth between
by the way, I want to add instantaneously. And because she is the youngest of the team, guess what she does? Efocutioner, what she does with the button.
Yo, man, she broke the sun. I can't believe it. She did something that every cartoon character has done at least once in their life.
Ugh, man. Crazy.
But I'm glad that she did, though, because if she didn't break the sun, then Yang wouldn't have came out and said, what happened to the sun, right? And then we got to see the wonderful, glorious, beautiful Yang. And then Ruby was like, I didn't break it. And then she ran away. Now we're going to move.
You mean broke it?
No, she break it, man.
You said breaked it.
She done breaked it at the sun.
Oh, man. You just butchered up that English language hard. But moving on.
Hell yeah. That's what happens when you push the button. Well, besides that, now we have John and Ren tag teaming, walking in the woods, being all friendly and stuff. They both see the button. Ren magically pushes the button, and guess what happens? He didn't break the sun, which magically got repaired in the next scene, by the way.
Yeah,
but, it's RWBY Chibi. And then, he didn't get a magical fish, but you know what he got? He got a Kagebushin!
He got a clone copy of himself. What?
Yeah, I said Kagebushin, didn't I say?
Man, and what, people don't watch that Boruto stuff, man.
Yo, first of all, that's Boruto's dad I'm talking about. Get that right. Boruto's dad.
Whatever you say, Boruto.
Well, anyways, so he created a nice little shadow clone of himself, or a regular clone, and he was like, hey, you want to go eat and sleep? Yeah, man, let's go do that. Yeah! So the brands are going to go eat and sleep, and John was like, this is a great opportunity to get an ultimate super powerful friend, so he pushes the button, and he creates a Kagebushin of himself. And he's like, we're going to be best friends, we're going to have so much fun, we're going to have all the great adventures that I've always ever wanted. And the other John was like, whoa, I'm going to need you to calm the F down.
I know, right?
I have things to do, so I'm gonna dip out. And John was like, wait, what? And he's like, look, man, it's not you. It's me.
Ooh.
And he left.
Ooh.
And then John was like, I don't understand. If it's not you and it's me, but you are me.
I know, man.
So it is me.
I know, man. So that's
like,
doubly your fault, original Jean. Oh.
So that's got to make you think, how lame is John that John can't be his own friend?
Well, I think that you just answered your own damn question. So yeah, that's how lame he is. Good Lord. Ugh.
But yeah, that's pretty sad. I'm so sorry, John. I wonder, do you guys feel like that? Do you think John's so lame that he can't be friends with himself? I never thought he was lame, but whatever. Well, we're gonna move on to the next scene where John is recovering from his PTSD of himself. So Cinder and the amazing Neo and the loser guy who takes Neo for granted every single day.
Oh, man.
I forgot his name. His name is
Roman
Asshole. So I'm just going to call him Asshole. No, I'm calling him Asshole. So the Asshole, the amazing Neo, and the super hot Cinder are walking in the woods. That could easily be a joke right there, by the way. And they see the red button too. Cinder decides to think that this button is a challenge to her regime and her existence. So she challenges the button head to head in a one-on-one fight. Through the battle of the ages, Cinder presses the button and the button does nothing. It seems as though Cinder was actually about to win the fight until the button was like, enough! And then the button dropped like this carriage, and then it dropped like a fridge, and then to finish it off, Nora, falling from the heavens of above, falls down, and she does the people's elbow on the fridge, and Cinder is completely crushed underneath all that.
Oh, Efocutioner, you forgot to describe Nora.
What about Nora?
Oh, so it wasn't just Nora. It's Nora when she ate a bunch load of pancakes. Nora. I was just like, what?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because she's like, man, really bloated. Seriously, she ate like a boatload of pancakes and then...
But she still came down with the people's elbow, by the way, folks. So I just want you to remember that.
Yes, whatever this elbow is.
And then what she did was she did the Majin Buu hop away. So she literally just bounced off the next screen. And of course, Cinder is there crushed and completely broken. And I think she might be dead.
Yeah, probably.
So, spoiler alert from last season. So it looks like RWBY Chibi and RWBY
Hey,
are
man,
canon.
dude, remember, this ain't canon. RWBY Chibi is
canon.
Not canon. It's not canon.
So of course, Roman saw this and Neo saw this. Neo was actually kind of surprised, but she looked kind of cute while she looked surprised. Like, she looked so cute. Anyways, though, as Cinder is being crushed and Nora bounces away, Roman decides, are you pondering what I'm pondering, Neo? And Neo is just like, I can't say shit, I can't talk. But she held up a sign saying, like, I would not take this button. It's a dumb idea. Don't you take this button. And Roman was like, I'm gonna use this button to take out Ruby Rose. And that was a bad idea. And as he takes the button off the tree, which I had no idea you could take the button off the tree.
Yeah, I know, man.
The button accidentally falls on the ground. And what happens? It creates a doorway to this new magical world, and Roman just fell right in it. And Neo was like, what a dum-dum. But then she flipped over the sign, but she was like, but he's my dum-dum.
Oh, man.
Yo, you gotta respect that, man. That's loyalty. But at the same time, that's stupidity. Neo, you wasting your time. Come with me, man.
Wait. Loyalty plus stupidity. You know what that equals, right? Love. That's love, man.
Damn, I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I did say it. That's right.
I didn't want to say it.
That's right. If there's ever a red button, I would push it halfway. So, yeah.
But you still press the button.
Halfway.
Alright, man. Well, we're going to move on to the last scene where the junior detectives are there. And Sun is like, ooh, look at this button. Should I press it? And yeah, you pretty much press it at the end. That's the end of the show.
Yeah, exactly. And then John is, not John. Sun is like, what's the worst that can happen? And when he presses it, well. And
yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of how to overly dramatic that scene, so.
Well, hey, I
accurately
reflected it, because that's exactly how it ended. Not without a bang, but with a whimper. So.
Yep. And that is the end of RWBY Chibi Season 3, Episode 7, The Mysterious Red Button of Nowhere. I believe you know what I think, though? I think the red button, when pressed it, fulfills your deepest fantasies.
I see. So
Unless you're a villain.
So when Roman accidentally dropped the button, and it pushed it, his deepest, darkest fantasy was to fall down a hole.
Or his deepest, darkest fantasy was to get away from Cinder.
Cinder was already gone before he pressed the button, so...
But how do you know that Cinder was dead? Maybe she was coming out of it.
You're the one who said she was dead.
I just said that just to be dramatic. Didn't I just say I overly hyped the scene?
Well,
if you saw the
whatever
episode,
you say,
you know
Mr.
I overly
Exaggeration.
hyped the scene. Excuse me, sir. People like my over dramatizations.
Dude, your mom is just one person, man. Calm down.
I mean, yes, she does listen to this too.
What, your mom is called people? Huh? Your mom is more than one person? Oh.
No, but...
Oh, dude, man.
There's nothing wrong with having
your mama
a parent
joke?
as a family.
Oh, man.
No, that's really not. I mean, you tried, you attempted, you pretty much failed, but I congratulate you for doing that.
Because I try. So hard and got so far. Yeah, that's right. Linkin Park. Forever.
In the end, it really doesn't matter. So,
yeah, fortunately.
And so, that is pretty much the end of the episode. And I would like to say, I did the questionnaire on RWBY Reddit. Pretty much as what was everyone's favorite Ninja Turtles moment, or at least, time era of when they watched the cartoons. Surprisingly enough, a lot of people have not seen the 2003.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah. Oh. There's one guy who saw the 80s version, and he got so turned off from it, he just stopped watching all Ninja Turtles. So he saw the 80s version with the crappy... In fact, he actually watched a little bit of the live action, and he was turned off.
Do you mean the live action movies or the live action TV show?
The live action TV show that came right after that one. So, like, with before Venus. The 2003 one. Yes, with Venus.
The female Ninja Turtle.
Which, by the way, I think they could have did better, but the way they introduced her was so lame that it just made her horrible.
God.
But I saw the potential, but it's just the way she was introduced is horrible. Although I did, when I showcased my favorite episode, a lot of people were surprised about that too, because it was kind of pretty violent compared from what they expected.
What, the 2003 one?
Yeah, they thought. So pretty much when they saw the clip, or at least the whole episode, where Donatello went into the future.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Well, that's probably the darkest episode in the entire show.
Yeah, that's true.
That is, yeah. When you're saying that...
I still consider Leonardo losing a part of his shell being pretty dark, because he literally got stabbed in the back.
That's still the same episode, though.
No, not that. He also got stabbed in the back again. It was during the battle when Shredder and Shredder's daughter, the Turtles had invaded. This is after... what was it? After the Ninja Turtles took out the 4 mystical ninjas or whatever, and they got up to the final tower, and a few of the turtles were fighting Shredder, and then Leonardo was fighting the daughter, and the daughter was kind of thinking of betraying the side, and then she ended up changing her mind and striking Leonardo in the back, and everyone was kind of surprised. And that's when they managed to win the fight, but after that fight, Leonardo lost a piece of his shell to represent that he actually got stabbed in the back, and he survived. And ever since then, he always had this. He was pretty much always. He was like Raphael after that moment, where he was just more angrier than Raphael, and then he later learned to control it, and he kind of forgave her.
Man, I don't remember.
But that's when they killed the Shredder, though.
I know, that's Return to New York Part 3. That's the end of Season 1. I thought you were talking about
I know it's not
as
dark as my episode, but I'm that was kind of dark, because Leonardo literally got stabbed in the back, but they just showed it as him losing a shell.
I just want people, Efocutioner, I hope you told people that the 2003 series was closer in line with the original comics and how the creators intended the characters to be. A lot better than the 87 series and the 2012 series and the eventual 2018 series.
I tried to, because I also... a lot of people, quite a few people didn't know about the 90s version of the Ninja Turtles either.
Well, okay, that I don't expect, because that's been 30 years by now. But
yeah, I know, but
the 2003 one, that really surprised me. If they've never seen it, I'm like, geez, these kids are like, what, 21 years old? 18? Maybe even like 14. So they were already born by the time the show started airing. And I'm like,
right, but the problem is they were probably like how I was as a kid, where it's like they saw the Ninja Turtles, but they weren't really interested because at the time it's like there was other cartoons that were better.
Oh,
in the 90s version,
like Teen Titans.
I did like the old 80s version of Ninja Turtles, but I didn't really like it like that. And then it wasn't until the 2003 one that I actually got to see it, and I was like, wow, this is 1,000 times better than this, crappier version. So, like, it's like how kids who grew up around the Teen Titans era, they didn't get a chance to see it, but they are all fans of Teen Titans Go, though.
Ugh.
And they probably have taken the time to go see Teen Titans, but they're just like, it's not as cool. It's kind of all this serious, and they're going to go to Teen Titans Go.
Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate, because you just remind me also of Marvel cartoons like Avengers Assemble, Hulk Agents of Smash, Ultimate Spider-Man.
And there are actually people who enjoy Avengers
Assemble. Yeah, I know.
Instead of Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes.
I know.
Even though it had more story, it's more in depth, it's like better told. They prefer the comedy aspect. Like people who like Ultimate Spider-Man versus Spectacular Spider-Man.
Man, that just... Oh, Efocutioner, you and I are old. Old. Ugh.
Yeah, I can pretty much say we probably are the oldest people doing a RWBY podcast and reaction, and when we do the reaction and stuff. But yeah, we're pretty old, man. So like, we're the people that understand the reference that's are being put in RWBY Chibi that a lot of people kind of just passed over because they don't see the reference. In fact, from a few listeners, there are people that don't understand the Go Ninja Go reference. Like, they don't know that Vanilla Ice made this song during the Ninja Turtles movie, Ninja Turtles 2 movie. And in fact, there were people that missed the whole point of the Ninja Vanish from last episode when Blake kept saying Ninja Vanish. And that was a reference to Ninja Turtles 2.
Man, it's just, man, we are old, and it's just, man, it sucks. By the way, for those listening to us, yeah, word of advice, don't ever get old.
You're going to get old.
Yeah, I know.
Just, when you get old, try to make sure to see some good stuff, man. Like, there are people out there who like Ninja Turtles, but they don't really like they don't like the true version of Ninja Turtles. Like, the true version of Ninja Turtles is a really bloody, violent, effed up kind of thing.
It is pretty, gritty, like, we're talking, like, it was, written in the 1980s, in the same era as Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns comic. Where, like, Batman's, like, an old man, and he's so full of rage. It's like that. But,
and
yeah, at least
where he was, like, killing
series,
villains.
Like, what'd you say, Efocutioner?
Yeah, he was killing villains. Like, he just gave no fucks anymore. He was like,
in that Batman comic, he still did not kill anybody. So
I thought he did. Huh.
No, he didn't. Not even in the animated movies, he did not. So, forget you, Michael Bay. You messed that part up in your movie. But anyway, Efocutioner, enough of this. Let's see. Is there anything else you want to say about RWBY before we move on to our last portion of today's episode?
Yes. Neo, come to me. I can treat you better. I will do all the things your man won't do, and I'll do them for you.
Oh, by the way, and he's thinking about another word. So when he said that certain word, so I don't want to say it because then it gets too up.
There's going to be people that are not going to understand that reference either. So
unfortunately, so. Well, actually, I don't know.
I'm glad I did it.
So, but anyway, Efocutioner, back to our mission. Your mission technically, but whatever. We can say ours.
The mission of getting Barbara Dunkelman to C2E2
to Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. It's right now we are 3 weeks away from it. We have not heard any word that her or anybody else from Rooster Teeth or from RWBY is coming, unfortunately. I was, as a matter of fact, I was, just earlier today, I was at an event, and my friend was saying he talked to Aaron Zek's handler. She does the voice of Lake Belladonna at Wizard World convention. And they were saying they were trying to get at least the 4 main cast members of RWBY for C2E2 of this calendar year. It is still likely that could happen. Anything can happen. But unfortunately, with 3 weeks in, I don't have much hope, unfortunately, for this to happen. So, but anyway, Efocutioner, what is your pun of the week?
Damn, after saying something that depressing? Well, I still believe, because I know these puns are doing some mental damage. They're doing some damage.
Oh, damage, you say?
Let me rephrase that. They are doing some justice. Some final justice.
Injustice. Oh, I love
No, I said final justice.
In final justice. Yes.
Well, the pun of the week for Barbara Dunkelman on the St. Patrick's Day. Here's my pun. Did you hear they banned fans from doing the wave at all sporting events? Did you hear that? That they're banning fans from doing the wave at all sporting events? Do you want to know why, Raxton?
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought that was the punchline. Oh.
No.
Okay.
But do you want to know why that they are banning fans from doing the wave at all sporting events?
Because it's considered offensive because it's considered offensive to conservative people, correct?
What in the world even made you think that?
I like to aim for this is how I get stuff. I aim for the ones that you're not going to think of.
Well, I definitely didn't think of that. Well, the real reason is because too many blondes were drowning. Get it? Did you hear they banned fans from doing the wave at all sporting events? Because too many blondes were drowning.
It was okay.
Anyways, send! I think it's a good point.
6 out of 10.
You're a 6 out of 10.
It's still better than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and it's much better than a RWBY Grim Eclipse game. So.
Ooh, shots fired.
Hey, look, I have Grim Eclipse game on my PS4 right now. Yeah, I played it for 5 minutes. Look, it was a great attempt, and I would support that game again. Which, by the way, I gotta buy the extra costumes. But, yeah, let's just say it's not gonna win any awards. So.
No comment on that one. Well, folks, that was the episode. You got to hear about the latest pushing the red button. You got to hear 2 old men talk about anime and video. Actually, dude, we're not even that old, to be honest. I'll
old compared to the viewers of Reddit, on RWBY Reddit. I mean, if they never even saw the 2003 series, oh, man.
Yeah, but they've never even seen the 90s either. I don't think we're that old. Guys, we're not that old.
That's what I think. And then when I go to conventions, I start talking to RWBY cosplayers. Yeah, I think otherwise. So, but anyway, that was episode 21 of the Stories of Remnant. Did you like my French accent? So.
Well, folks, don't forget to follow Braxton and don't forget to follow the Chronicles of Gamers, because after that, your French accent was as bad as your Japanese. So.
Oh, bad as in awesomely good. Oui, monsieur. Ho, ho, ho.
Anyways, thank you
for tuning
pressing
in,
the play button and tuning in. I am out of here. Raxton.
Signing off. Till next time.
May the gang be with you.
3 weeks
always.
to go till C2E2. We'll see.